Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 designer items that I don't spend my money on anymore. So I'm not saying that I'm never going to buy these items ever again, but I'll very carefully consider these purchases because I simply don't get much use out of these things. And all of them added together, they'll add up to quite a bit of money that could actually buy myself something that I would really truly enjoy and get a lot of wear out of. Obviously, if I had unlimited amounts of money, this will not even be a topic. I'd love to own these things, but I'm just a professional gal that works really hard for her money and occasionally treats herself to some of these nice things. So I want to make sure whatever I put my hard-earned money towards, I will absolutely use a ton. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully get some insight into some of these items. If you're like me, maybe you can save a little bit of money by stopping yourself from buying some of these items. So let's kick off this list by talking about designer toiletry bags, more specifically Louis Vuitton toiletry pouches. So don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the look of these Louis Vuitton toiletry anything. They are so quintessentially Louis Vuitton. There's something really classic and traditional about Louis Vuitton toiletry items, but I've decided I don't really use them really at all. I have traveled a few times since buying these Louis Vuitton toiletry pouches, but every time that I travel, I either pack all my stuff in them but don't really enjoy using these items, or I simply just don't even take them with me. For me, they're more like novelty items that I like looking at, but I don't find them very practical for myself. So both of these items, I think I bought into the hype of them always being sold out. So I bought this Nice BB first, and I was just so excited to find this in stock. And I mean, look at it. It is so pretty and cute and everything. I just had to have it in my collection, but I haven't even used this once. It's just been sitting really pretty in my closet. And then a little bit later in the last year, I actually found this toiletry pouch, size 26 in the monogram canvas. And you guys know that these monogram toiletry pouches in all 3 sizes, so size 15, 19 and 26, are just so rare to find in the store because Louis Vuitton doesn't make that many of these anymore. So when my sales associate Gigi from the Rocks in Sydney messaged me that she got one in stock, I just went in and picked it up because I felt so lucky to have found one in stock. But since I've used this once on a trip to Queensland and I haven't really enjoyed that experience, so I just really don't know what to do with these because they are quite pricey items and I just don't get the use out of them. I really wanted to collect all different sizes in this toiletry pouch, so I put my name down on a wait list for the size 15 and 19, and the sales associate that I left my name with contacted me twice saying that she got the 19 and the 15 in stock, and I didn't really find myself jumping on the opportunity because I just think I know deep down in my heart that I'm not really going to use them. So instead of these pricey Louis Vuitton toiletry cases, I actually use really budget-friendly ones that work so well for my lifestyle. And the toiletry bag I absolutely love using is this one from Peter Alexander that I showed you in my travel essentials video. Guys, I've used this so many times. I take this everywhere whenever I go traveling, go to the gym, anything. I think the reason is I can just throw it around, not worry about it. It was only 35 Australian dollars, and it has so many more compartments than those Louis Vuitton toiletry bags. So you've got a back zipper pocket, and even on the inside, it's gonna be messy in there, just a warning. I mean, look how many compartments it has. It is just so much better for organization. You can even hang it on the shower door if you wanted to, if you don't have a lot of bench space, and it is completely waterproof. So I just feel like these more affordable items are just much more usable. So I am going to really stop myself from buying more toiletry bags from Louis Vuitton. And the same goes for the cosmetic pouches for a very similar reason. They are just adorable and beautiful and so pretty to look at, but I just don't get much use out of these. This multicolor PM cosmetic case I bought because this print was getting discontinued and I really wanted a piece of a multicolor item, but this size is really impractical for me. It's too small to use as a full makeup traveling bag, but it is too big to carry as an everyday touch-up pouch. So instead, I just always carry around a mini pochette with me, and this is more than enough space for all the touch-up items that I carry with me, like a lipstick and my eyebrow pencil and just a couple of things that I want to carry around with me. And it is so much smaller, so I can fit it into so many more smaller handbags. And if anything, I do try and force myself to use the GM size cosmetic case more because it is big enough to carry when traveling as a full cosmetic pouch, but even then I really have to force myself to use this to get the money's worth out of it, because my favorite cosmetic pouch is actually this one from Toiletry and Evelyn. This I didn't even buy. It came as a present with some hand cream purchases or something like that. So this pouch was complimentary, and this is actually my favorite thing to carry around all my cosmetic needs in. So again, it just has so many more compartments. It's got a zip pocket here for little flat items, and inside it's just got a slip pocket. It's wipeable, it is waterproof. Look how beaten up it is, but this is my absolute favorite thing, and it didn't even cost me anything. So no more pouches for me. The second category of designer items that I don't spend my money on anymore are designer eyeliners and mascaras. Now, I used to drop $60, $70, $80 on one single mascara from Dior, Chanel, you know, all of those fancy brands. But since I found this amazing mascara from Priceline here, which is a drugstore here in Australia, this is from the brand Essence. They're completely vegan, and this retails for $6 Australian, but guys, this does an amazing job. The mascara goes on beautifully on your lashes. It adds so much volume and length to your lashes. I mean, you can't even see, and I do have short sparse Asian lashes, so you can't probably even tell how good it is because my natural lashes are not very full. But for what it is and for the price, this is just the best thing that I found. Also, with mascaras, it is recommended that you throw it out after 6 months from opening. Yeah, I read this article on this whole thing. But anyway, you do need to replace your mascara every 6 months. So I just don't want to spend $70 every 6 months on the mascara that I don't even wear every day. So this has been a great alternative to those expensive mascaras. In terms of eyeliner, I absolutely love this Maybelline eyeliner, which is $10 here in Australia. I used to use the Bobbi Brown eyeliners, but this is so much easier to apply. It is just a pen type, and it stays on all day. It is so easy to apply, and I can always get exactly the shape that I like with this one. And again, I can just replace it so often, and I don't even have to worry about spending too much money on it. But yeah, other than the things that need to show pigmentation, I really don't spend my money on these simple black colored items. The third category of designer items that I don't buy anymore would be costume jewelry. So I do have a few pieces of costume jewelry from Chanel and Hermes, and just one pair of earrings from Dior that I actually wear all the time. But I think I have quite a few pieces that I don't even wear anymore. Again, I'm not saying that I'm never gonna buy these things, but I'm gonna consider very carefully what I'm actually going to use, because these costume jewelries are not made out of any precious metals, any precious stones. So these are just very glorified, cheap jewelry in my opinion. And I used to absolutely love buying Chanel earrings and necklaces and, you know, all of that. But I'm really trying to stop myself from buying too many of these costume jewelries, because, for example, I'll show you a pair of my Chanel earrings. They are absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love how sparkly and pretty they are. But these I picked up for about $600 Australian, and by the time I buy a few of these Chanel costume jewelry items, it would add up to $2-3 grand, which could actually buy myself a piece of really good quality fine jewelry item. So pretty much I could have bought myself my Van Cleef & Arpels Alhambra necklace for the price of a few of these items. So now I'm really trying to steer myself away from these costume jewelries. I do have a few pieces that I really love and enjoy, and that is enough. And I'm really going to focus on saving the money to maybe put towards a nice Cartier bracelet or something like that that will last me years and years and years, and are actually made out of precious metals such as gold or white gold. The next category I'm going to talk about is uncomfortable designer heels. Again, don't get me wrong, I love these designer heels. This particular pair is from Christian Louboutin, and it is the most classic looking pair of nude pumps with the beautiful red bottoms, and I have recommended these pairs in the past, but it's not to say that these are really good cost per wear. I don't really wear these. The reason I still recommend going for this particular pair is because out of the uncomfortable Christian Louboutin heels, this Ariza style with the cutout on the inside are still manageable in terms of walking. So I can still walk in them, but they are still so painful to walk in. So I do have a nude pair, and I also have the exact same pair in the black, and I think I'm truly done with Christian Louboutin heels. I have no desire to add any more pairs to my collection. I'm happy with a nude pair and a black pair, and that's more than enough, because because these are simply not practical. If you really wanted the classic look, I'd say still go for one of these. But if you are looking to get a pair of designer shoes that you can actually wear and enjoy and still look great in, then I definitely wouldn't go for these. Instead, I'd go for something like these. So I've been loving designer kitten heels because they still add a bit of a height and they do give off that dressy vibe, but they are just so much more comfortable to walk in. And once upon a time, kitten heels were viewed as grandma shoes, but the trends have changed and all the girls have noticed how much more practical these kitten heels are, so they are quite popular now. So these days, whenever I'm looking to purchase a pair of designer heels that I can walk in and one that can elevate my outfits, I always go for heels that are slightly lower in height. The last category I'm going to talk about is designer mini bags that don't hold enough for me. So mini bags have been so popular for a number of years now, and I have bought some bags in the past that were just not big enough for my needs. I still love the look of mini bags, but it just needs to be able to hold a couple of my basic essentials that I carry around with me all the time. So a great example is the Chloe mini Faye bag. I recently sold it in my vlog sale and I absolutely adore the look of it. It is just the cutest little thing and the color was perfect. The hardware was so beautiful, but it didn't fit my daily necessities. So I always need my phone, but I do have a bigger size iPhone and I need a couple of cards and a lipstick and a car key. I mean, that's not even a lot, but all of those few items even struggle to fit in that little bag. So now the smallest I would go would be the size of my Chanel square mini flap. It is a pretty small bag, but it still carries all my daily essentials as the ones that I've mentioned before. So if a bag holds less than this mini bag, I will just not go there. And I stuck by that rule. My most recent mini bag purchase is this YSL mini camera bag, and this fits the same amount that the Chanel mini flap carries. The YSL bag probably fits slightly more because it is a camera style with a zip closure, so I can stuff it a little bit more, I'd say. So I stuck by my rule, and when I was considering purchasing this YSL mini camera bag, I made sure that all of the items that fit in this Chanel mini bag would fit into this one as well. So these are the items that are probably not jumped to add to my collection anymore, but I'm usually much more positive and talk about the items that I absolutely recommend. So I'm going to leave a couple of videos on screen in which I talk about the items that I actually recommend purchasing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching this video and spending some of your precious time with me today, and I can't wait to see you again soon in my next video. Bye guys!